Okay guys, morning workout is finished. So I'm out here with the S23 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And this is some video from the Ultra. Now let's switch over to the 15 Pro Max. All right, so got the Ultra right here and the 15 Pro Max now shooting in the same area. Getting ready to go shower. Did its normal routine, coffee, shower, workout's over. And get some videos done. So let's get the rest of this one off. Now here's some portrait video just standing in the garage from the S23 Ultra, and then we'll switch over to the iPhone's portrait video. Now advantage goes to the S23 Ultra for having a lot of different filters to do your portrait video. That's always been a thing for me. I really love that. But advantage goes to the iPhone for shooting 4K 60 or any resolution and being able to zoom. Samsung takes that feature away when you're doing anything over 30 frames per second. Let's switch to the iPhone. All right, now here is the iPhone 15 Pro Max shooting in the same spot with some cinematic video. The iPhone, if it had different filters, it would make it cool, but Samsung pretty much has a pro camera right here because you can really go into pro mode, and they have the better camera application. They have the more lenses. They have just a pro camera setup. But does that mean that the footage and photos are much better and trumping the iPhone 15 Pro Max? You be the deciding factor on that. All right, guys, as we take a look at the photos coming here from the S23 Ultra and the 15 Pro Max, what I noticed when looking at these photos are the color representation from each camera, and then also the detail. So the iPhone is actually producing the footage more realistic in colors and has pretty decent detail, but I think the S23 Ultra has a more crisp detailed look in each photo in most situations, but doesn't match up with the reality for the colors. All right, guys, so there you have it, man. The iPhone does better at some things and Samsung does better at some things, but it definitely comes down to personal preference, and you can decide what you think is going to be the better of the two. But I will talk about briefly before I get out of here some of the strong suits of both of the devices. So the iPhone to me does much better at handling video in certain scenarios. So it also produces the colors extremely accurate. Like the colors are spot on with the iPhone. As with Samsung's S23 Ultra, they're a little too bright and it's not a good representation of reality. So, and then the flip side of that is the S23 Ultra has better detail. From when I look at some of the photos, it just makes it a lot more sharp, and you can really see some fine details in each photo. And I just think that's really solid. I think, you know, either you're going to have a soft photo from the iPhone or a sharp photo from the S23 Ultra. And in reality, you can adjust the tones on both phones. And then that would solve for some of the issues that I see. But I think most people don't go into manual mode and they just shoot auto. And just in this scenario, it's not like this all the time, but the S23 Ultra just appeared with nice detail, but the colors weren't accurate, and the iPhone gave really accurate colors. I just think that's great. Now, an advantage to the to the S23 Ultra is that it has a pro level style camera. Like if I go into the camera here and go to more, you get all of this stuff here at your disposal. As to when I go into the iPhone, you're limited to certain things you can do through the actual camera application. But you know, the fact is they both have great cameras. It's just a matter of the S23 Ultra having the ability to make more adjustments on the fly. And I just think that's a huge deal. Pro video, pro photos, you know, portrait video, lots of filters, lots of things. You can adjust the gain for video from your microphones. You can just do a lot with the actual S23 Ultra's cameras. However, the flip side of that is, do I really need to have all these pro settings at my disposal when the iPhone just does it for me? And video footage comes out better, in my opinion. So a strong suit about video, though, for the S23 Ultra is that portrait style video is phenomenal when compared to the iPhone cinematic video. It's a shame that the iPhone cinematic video has to be outside in a well-lit area for it to perform anywhere close to what Samsung is doing with their portrait style video. That's just been my experience consistently. The iPhone flattens out things, videos in portrait style video in some scenarios where the S23 Ultra boosts and it looks phenomenal. And again, personal preference, personal experience, you know, you view it how you want to view it, but using both of these side by side, that is what I've come down to realize. Wow, you know, the portrait video on the S23 Ultra is phenomenal. But it's phenomenal on the iPhone as well, just not in every scenario. So when it came to the photos, I talked about that. Again, more detail on the S23 Ultra, less detail on the iPhone. But overall, folks, if I had to choose one of these for video, it would probably be the iPhone, because point and shoot is just where it is for the majority of the world. And then as a creator, I don't want to work hard. 10-bit on the iPhone is just ridiculously good. HDR content on the iPhone is just ridiculously good, much better than the Samsung. And I said this in other forums, even with the 14 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max, the HDR video is just better. Now, if you have the 14 Pro Max and you're into video, and you have the 13 Pro Max and you're into video, and you're willing to buy it, the 15 Pro Max is a major step up in video for the iPhones. I have the 13 Pro Max, the 12 Pro Max, and the 14 Pro Max. All the video from those is different. It's well beneath the 15 Pro Max. And you know what, folks? That's how it should be. We shouldn't be able to see such a close resemblance. And like when I did the Pixel Fold, and the 7, they were too close. You couldn't even tell. And then also the Pixel Fold did worse in some scenarios. It shouldn't be that way. So with these, I'll let you determine which footage and photos you like better. But that was just what I saw, and I want to put it in the commentary for you. This is what I noticed when using both these devices. And again, I choose the iPhone 15 Pro Max for the video. I do. And also an upgrade that's come to the iPhone 15 Pro Max is portrait photos. Looks phenomenal. It looks so much better. But when you put it side by side with the S23 Ultras, it's going to look too soft in a lot of situations, and the S23 Ultra will give more crisp detail, which is actually something that I really like in photos. So, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed a quick look at the S23 Ultra versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Which one do you like better? It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.